everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I ask you to do it every single day, and that is to go down here in your settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too, so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the bees, the algorithm. Whew, it's dragging me right now, y'all. I'm not going to talk about it. And right about here, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative for that support. Also, if you just want to do a one time donation, our super thanks button is right over there, and all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all. With all that said, let's get to the read because we have a lot. Y'all know I be up and down it and all around these internet streets, nosing around, finding so much stuff for us to talk about every day. And that's exactly what I've been doing today. I hit these internet streets, and I'm telling you, I was all over the place. I was on every social media platform. I was over on Blue Sky. I spent a lot of time over on Blue Sky. I did. I really enjoy Blue Sky. I really do. And I made my way over to TikTok. Didn't stay over there very long because I didn't have time to. Before you can get lost on TikTok, you can go over there and just say you're gonna stay a few minutes, and I'm telling you, you come to yourself. You've been on there 2 hours, 3 hours, and so I didn't have no time for that. I had other stuff to do, like going over on Instagram, seeing what the squatters were doing on Instagram, and then after I left Instagram, I made my way to X, formerly known as Twitter, my home away from home for now. And the squatties on all these platforms are pretty much still talking about the same thing, and that would be the Christmas card from Harry and Meghan. Everybody is still over the moon. The squatties are still dragging all the trolls, the hags, and the toadies, and some of the flying monkeys, really, too. And because they have the nerve to say something. And then, Harry and Meghan, the Sussexes, Harry, all those hashtags are trending. And pretty much this Christmas card has just broken the internet. And I'm telling you, I am loving it. I am loving it. Because we all know that the flying monkeys across the pond are always trying to gaslight us into believing that Harry and Meghan are the irrelevant ones, that they're irrelevant, that nobody cares what they're doing, but still, in the same breath, while they're saying that Harry and Meghan is irrelevant, they are talking about their every move. And even when Harry and Meghan do not move, they talk about that. But they're the irrelevant one. And then Harry and Meghan pops up and shows them what a lion sack of you know what that they are. Because irrelevant people don't break the internet. It just doesn't happen. So I'm gonna put this up, and this particular squatty is pretty much talking about that, saying, "Yep, that's irrelevant. World media stopped cause a photo of the back of two kids. Look how many articles, how many posts that this particular card has generated. I'm telling you, irrelevant people don't generate this kind of attention, but they want to gaslight us, and I don't understand why they even try at this point because they're proven wrong time after time after time. Every time Harry and Meghan pops up, they're proven to be the liars that they are. But I'm telling you, all these posts, all these articles, and I'm telling you, the Daily Mail has just had a meltdown. I know I have saw at least about 6 articles that they have written today, today about all manners of things. But you know what? You have to give them their props because to be able to write 30 or 40 articles about one picture, you have to be very creative. It's all kinds of different articles they have written, and one of them we're going to talk about today because they actually wrote an article to dispel some nonsense that these trolls and toadies and hags talking about. This card was AI generated and also saying that it was Photoshop. And the Daily Mail dispelled that. This a particular squatty said the Daily Mail wrote 9+ articles about the Sussexes one Christmas photo. And I think that was just today. They had written quite a few yesterday when the card came out. It says, from Little Lily isn't little anymore. That was an article. Lily Beth flowing long hair steals the show. That was an article. To Prince Archie's uncanny resemblance to his father. That was an article. Or hoping their grandfather gets a Christmas card with their face. Well, I don't know about that or not. I don't know how that'll work and if Charles would not leak that. I don't know. I don't trust anything from across the pond, and especially it has anything to do with that family. I hope that's the way Harry feels because it would save him a lot of heartache if he start to think that way. To just never expect anything from them. Have very, very low or non existent expectation of them doing the right thing. Because history has proven that when presented with an opportunity to do the right thing, they never take that opportunity. They always do the wrong thing. I'm just saying. So I don't know if I was Harry, I would trust a picture of my children with them. Especially I definitely would not trust my children with them. Which is so sad because I can remember all of these videos I watched of the Queen when she was in Sandringham and she had all her grandchildren with her. And she was, I think it was Harry on the pony, riding Harry around on the pony and Beatrice on the pony. They could leave their children with the Queen and be just like, okay, it's fine because she was a loving grandparent. But can you imagine Harry being okay to leave Lilibet and Archie with Charles and his horse? Mm. The horse would sell those kids out before Harry and Meghan got out of the driveway. It would be pictures plastered all over the veil and the mirror and all those other rags. They are not to be trusted. I'm telling you, and especially not the horse because she has been the catalyst for all of this destruction within that family. I'm just saying. All right, I'm gonna put this one up, and this is kind of like the other one. How this irrelevant couple, this irrelevant family, has somehow managed to break the internet. And this squatty said, "Who is irrelevant?" Laugh out loud. That's what I want to know. Who is irrelevant that can actually generate this much attention? This much posting and being written by articles and who can do that and you are as irrelevant as those people try to make you believe. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this one up. And this particular squatty said this: Not even 24 hours after Prince Harry and Meghan released their beautiful holiday card, the entire world media has burned down. Hundreds of articles have been written about this. The Sussexes are loved globally, and I love that for them. I do. I love it for them too. And I'm gonna put this up because it's petty, and I love it because it's so absolutely true. And this particular squatty said this. They said that when Kate Middleton finally returned, it will break the internet. Well, internet doesn't bother when she shows up a few times. Where is the lie? I heard that too, that she was gonna break the internet. Her when she returned, break the internet. Kate returning can't even get people out on the streets. The barriers are empty every time they announce that she is going to be somewhere. For God's sake, the viewership for Wimbledon went down when they announced that she was going to be there. Looked like to me, if she was going to have that kind of, you know, power, that people would have tuned in just to see her, to see how it was going to go. Do you honestly think if Megan showed up at Wimbledon that the viewership would not go up? It absolutely would. I am just saying, but yes, every time they just act like it's going to be the end all to be all. And in actuality, it ends up being a dud as usual. And this squatty goes on to say Harry and Meghan released a Christmas card with their children in it. Not only does it break the internet, but it made them lose their collective SHITS. Absolutely, it did. When that card hit, I have never saw, my timeline was just running on fast forward. And the Daily Mail, I bet, I am willing to bet you, stayed up all night crafting article after article because you cannot tell me that they wrote those articles after they got in this morning, or they had to be working on them all night. They had to be brainstorming to come up with so many articles about one picture. Full on meltdown. And not just them, Harper Bazaar, you name it. Everybody posted about this picture. I mean, places that you wouldn't even think would be posting about it, posted about it. That's how it looks when you break the internet. And I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty is talking about how people are angry, really angry that Harry's children are the ones who really carries the Spencer gene, not slumlord billionaire over there. And this particular squatty was talking about it, and she said, it angers people so much that the hope that Diana being reincarnated in one of Harry or William's kids fell on the prince who married the mixed race American woman and not the heir married to the English rose. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? Because they really thought and hoped and have a problem with the fact that Megan is the one who gave birth to the redhead, blue eyed baby, not Kate. I'm just saying. And it says that William's kids, not that it's a bad thing, looks more like him and Kate. To me, they look mostly like Kate. And especially I think Lewis, he look a lot like Kate's father. I'm just saying. But to me, all of them. And Charlotte looks like Kate to me. I'm just saying. But this particular squatty said this in response, saying, yes, it's also that Megan is all of the things that Kate could never be. Megan was a millionaire before she married in. Where is the lie? Kate didn't have no money. Kate absolutely had never had a job. She claimed she had a job with her own family's business, but we all know that that was just a front. She wasn't no buyer for her family. Come on, I don't even believe that that whole party pieces was a legit business. I'm just saying. So, how in the world could you be a buyer for a business that really wasn't legit in the first place? Because that thing, that party pieces business, it came down like a house of cards. It collapsed onto itself. Real businesses don't do that. They actually, literally, I think, had to pretty much pay somebody to take it off their hands. I'm just saying. And so she want us to believe that she actually worked there when we don't even really believe that it was an actual business. But I digress. And it goes on to say she's articulate, she's philanthropic, well spoken, educated, giving, kind, warm, engaging, and successful. Before she became a princess and a duchess, she is the list. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? And that has always been the problem for William. And that Harry had a better idea of what he was looking for. To me, William pretty much did like his father. He just wanted someone to procreate with. And he didn't care if she had any kind of thought or vision. But that's what Charles did with Diana. But then when he found out in actuality, Diana was this extraordinary human being that overshadowed him in every way, could outdo him with one hand tied behind her back, then he was on track to get rid of her. They don't want those kind of women. But now that Harry, who always was different, wanted a different kind of wife, and then when William saw the kind of wife Harry had chosen, he wanted one of them too. And that's when Kate really started to wither in the intensity of the light that was shining on her. She could not hold the world stage compared to Meghan. The light was just too bright, and she faltered and she faded. I'm just saying. I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatter says this: if you want to know why Harry and Meghan keep their kids away from the media, hide their faces to protect them, look no farther at the British royal family fan accounts, right wing media, especially psychotic Kensington royal fans. They are abusing the kids because of the parents. And where is the lie? We talked about this yesterday. Oh, little tooth, big tooth, high face, Taz. And I hadn't even went over to see what the other ones are talking about. I just ran into what they were saying on social media platforms. But I bet you that old Barbados lady, because we all know she is the one who said Meghan was going to Colombia to get a butt lift. Nothing is beneath her. I'm telling you, when you said crazy lady, you look in her direction. She is totally and absolutely nuts, but they all have to be this crazy. They all have to be crazy to keep up the facade of this woman, Meghan, this wonderful woman is somehow evil and do not deserve the life on which she has. So, and they have to be crazy to make up all these lies and all this nonsense. And when you talk about crazy, these people are so crazy that the Daily Fail, today, the Daily Fail absolutely dispelled one of their crazy theories that they had started to ramp up. And that was that this picture that was on the card was AI. This picture that was on the card was somehow faked and photoshopped. Because we all know that they want to do the whataboutism, meaning they want to equate what Kate did with that Frankenstein picture. They want to equate that to somehow Meghan and Harry is doing the same thing that William and Kate did, and that is flat out lying. And even the Daily Fail could not go along with this nonsense. I'm gonna put this article up. And this particular article is from the Daily Fail, and the Daily Fail is dispelling the lies from the trolls. And it's so mind blowing to me because most of the time the trolls get their lies from the Daily Fail. But this time, even the Daily Fail said this is just too much. This is too crazy. I cannot even go along with it. So I'm putting it up and the name of the article, the title of the article. And I don't know why the Daily Fail always have these paragraphs as the title of their articles, but it it always makes me chuckle. Harry and Meghan's holiday card sparks wild conspiracy theories. Royal fans spread baseless claims photos of Archie and Lilibeth is faked with photoshopped and they've used AI children in deliberately blurring the image. I'm telling you, I laugh and chuckle about that because do you know how crazy you have to be for the Daily Fail to come at you? That is so funny to me. And it goes on to say in the article that social media conspiracy theorists have sieged on Meghan and Harry's Christmas holiday card to spread wild conjectures about the couple, including a ludicrous allegation they used AI or borrowed children to play Archie and Lilibet. Mm. All I can say is if you really want to find who these media conspiracy theorists are, go over there to GB News. Go over there. Go over to Talk TV. There they are right there. Those flying monkeys are right over there, and they are the ones who started this nonsense. A group of Twitter critics of the Sussexes have insisted a photo is digitally altered and made the bizarre and baseless claim that the decision to show their two children from behind is less about privacy and more about them not existing. I think what is happening here is the Daily Mail is pretty much waking up to the fact that these are their readers. These are the day to day readers of the Daily Fail. And even the Daily Fail saying, y'all crazy. Y'all are totally out of your mind. Because I have gone into the comment section of different articles about Harry and Meghan on the Daily Fail and in the Mirror too. And oh, I can't even tell you how many times I went in the comments of an article that I found on the Daily Express, and they all be saying the same thing. The children don't exist. The children don't exist. Well, Daily Fail, these are your people. These are your people. These are the crazies that you have created with all your lies that you spew on your pages. And now you want to call them out as crazy. I think that is hilarious. I do. I do. And it goes on to say one conspiracy theorist said that the Sussexes had decided to rent a kid for the holiday. For the holidays in a pile on that also remarked on Archie and Lilibeth's height and hair color as they were seen so rarely in public. I find this delicious. I do. I find it delicious. And it goes on to say many Twitter users crudely marked the pictures with what they considered inaccuracies using childlike scribbles. I'm telling you, I kid you not. It says, but one Photoshop expert told Mail Online today that the photo looked genuine. And a leading Fleet Street photographer said, while it is very staged, talk about it's very staged, to make them look like the perfect family. The bitterness, because this was their golden goose. This was their golden goose. And now it has flown away, and they're a little bitter. They are. But even the bitter Daily Fail that has been sued by Harry had to come out against all these crazy trolls. They're people. I'm going to go on. It says it comes after the Princess of Wales admission in March that she edited her original Mother's Day portrait released by Kensington Palace. This is all it's about. They want to do whataboutism. They want to do some kind of equating of this picture with the Frankenstein picture. And the reason is because it's getting really hard for the trolls, the toadies, and the flying monkeys and the hags to sell that this beautiful family, Harry and Meghan, these people who does nothing but try to help people, are bad people. So they want to try to create something to justify their nonsense and their continued hate towards them because they really don't want to own what the real reason is. And we all know what the real reason is. The real reason is racism. The real reason is that these old hags are jealous that this biracial black woman is the one who snapped their favorite prince. And they mad about it. And they don't think that Megan deserves the life that she has. They don't think she deserves the man that she has. Her having all that makes them feel bad about themselves because they have none of it. And that's what it's about. And they can try to pretend like it's something else. They can try to pretend like what was done to the royal family and stuff like that. I mean, you have to be blind not to see that those scorpions over there are scorpions. But this is what it was about, trying to equate so they'll have some kind of justification for their nonsense. And even the Daily Fail cannot go along with this one. And I just love that for them. I do. And it says, I'm going to read that over. It said, it came after the Princess of Wales admission in March that she had edited her original Mother's Day portrait released by Kensington Palace, which was a kill notice was put on it. And it was a total and complete Frankenstein picture. And Kensington Palace was caught lying totally. And it goes on to say, as a result, there is much more focus on Harry and Meghan's pictures. And I don't understand why. Harry and Meghan didn't create the Frankenstein picture. That was William and Kate. That was Kensington Palace. But they want to try to get anything they can on Harry and Meghan. My whole thing is this. Do they forget who they dealing with? These trolls, these toadies, these old, old bitter hags. Do they forget? Harry and Meghan are smart people. And they saw what happened with William and Kate. There is no way they would have put out a AI generated picture or a Photoshop picture after seeing what Kate went through. What social media did to her and just totally and systematically dismantled it. And so you think that Harry would put out something like this. You think Meghan would put out something like that. That's stupid stuff. That's for Kensington Palace. That's for the amateurs. Harry and Meghan, the folks at Montecito, those are professionals. They ain't gonna put out no nonsense like that. But they still hope against hope, trying to catch Harry and Meghan them doing some kind of old sneaky stuff because that's all they do over there. Especially the one that shows Princess Lilibeth running into Prince Harry's waiting arms while Meghan 42 held her arms open for a hug from Prince Archie. Some questioned the angle of Meghan's feet and left arm length, as well as Archie's leg and stride, Lilibeth's gait, and even the quality of the image to allege that the charming photo is a fake. Some critics insist that the pictures are deliberately low resolution to hide inconsistencies rather than the fact that they are small and printed on a card. I cannot with these people. I can't. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna put this one up. This is one they talking about her arm is long. And look how they got it circled. And got long arm up under there. I mean, it is so crazy. Oh my goodness. And I'm gonna put this one up. This was the one they talking about Archie's foot. Not Archie is actually in motion, but they actually got an expert to absolutely analyze this little bitty picture on a postcard and a- actually found out no, it's an original photograph. Meghan and Harry is not stupid. They would never do that. I just love it for them though. But look how they marked it up. I'm just saying. And also, I just want to say this to all the haters, all the toadies, all the old ugly hags, and the minions, and all the potato heads, that it was not Harry and Meghan supporters. It was not the squatties that actually put a kill notice on that Frankenstein picture of Kate. We was not the people who was making all the circles on all the arrows on that picture. In actuality, that was AP. That was Getty. They absolutely put a kill notice on it. And we just absolutely just enjoyed it and just called out all the imperfections in that Photoshop job. I'm just saying. And now here they are pretending like they find this stuff. And look at this one, y'all. They said the dog had 3 legs. I kid you not. They said the dog had 3 legs now. That's the reason why it was Photoshop. And I guess one of the 3 legs is bigger than the other one, not taking in consideration that Pula is black and his leg is behind him. Anybody with any kind of sense know that that dog has 4 legs. One is just hidden behind one of the front ones. And it's not completely hidden. But they want to say the dog has 3 legs. I guess, maybe it's like that 5 car, what was it, 5 tires that was on the Audi that Kate was in. Maybe they trying to say that it was like that. I got a feeling that Audi was a little different. I'm just saying. And look at this one, y'all. This is another one they're circling. For some reason, I don't even know why they circling Megan's head. I guess they say her arm. I don't know. And they saying something going on with Lilipet's leg, her gait, and she's running. Tell me you're sick without telling me you're sick. I'm just saying. And that is very, very sick. One Twitter user calling herself a royal historian said Meghan's arm is twice as long as a normal arm. The dog has 3 legs and a strange shimmer edge to his body. Archie went from dark auburn hair to dead straight ginger hair. Megan's feet faces forward, but her torso is side on. Both kids are exactly the same height despite a 2-year age difference. Twitter pouring over the Sussexes images. Incredibly, some made baseless claims that the king's grandchildren don't even exist. So needed stand in. The king's grandchildren don't exist. Oh my God. I'm telling you, this is delicious. It says, one dubious royal fan alleged Archie hasn't grown in 2 years and is the same size as his younger sister. What is this garbage? Yeah, I know I am laughing a lot, but is this not crazy? Is this not crazy? And the way they said, and they allege that the king's grandchildren don't exist. And it is so, I'm telling you, this is the fevered mind of all these people that read all this garbage, thinking that Charles would actually go along with the fact that these children does not exist, that they are not his grandchildren. And even the Daily Fail is saying, y'all are crazy. These are the king's grandchildren. And they exist. And y'all are crazy. I love it. I love it. And it says, and then I got to say this. And said, what garbage? The same garbage that you have allowed to fester in your comment section. All of these nonsense stories just absolutely just made up out of whole cloth about Harry and Meghan has festered and created the fevered minds of these people. And now these people actually are talking about that the king's grandchildren do not exist. Another said, who thought this scene is such obviously staging was a good idea. Early this year, the Princess of Wales apologized and a picture was pulled amidst speculation that edits had been made to the left sleeve of Charlotte's cardigan, George's arm, Louis' hand, and other areas in a picture also raised concern about possible manipulation. The couple's 3 dogs were also a part of the family portrait and was released on Monday, but several claims the animal was added afterward. Another Twitter user said that the photo was deliberately poor quality as part of a cunning PR ploy to build intrigue. These people, but these are the readers of the Daily Fail. These are their people. And do you not think that these people are really, really going to be mad about this? One thing that they don't like is to be called out on their craziness, and they definitely don't like to be called crazy, especially by the person who or the entity that has been feeding them all of their crazy, crazy conspiracy theories. Because we all know the fail has been doing that, and GB News, and especially Talk TV, because Kevin O'Sullivan, the one that always looks like he need a bath and hadn't had one since birth, that one, he was on his program saying that the Sussexes kids did not exist. He just said this. But yet, here is the Daily Fail calling out all of that crazy. And I just love it. It says British Photoshop expert James Middleton, who is no relation to Kate Middleton, said that the size of the image of the card makes it nearly impossible to know if it has been edited. He told the Mail Online it is going to be very hard to work out the authenticity, adding that because it is one of 6 images on a small card, it is far too small to analyze in a way that Kate Middleton's Mother Day image could be. Photographer Glenn Goddardton, who runs the leading W8 media picture agency, said it's very staged and a moment that is managed to make them look like the perfect family. Oh, tell me you're bitter without telling me you are bitter. Meghan is hugging the boy. Harry is hugging the girl. They have 3 dogs with them, and they are all on a perfect driveway on a sunny California day. It's all too perfect. Ouch! 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 It hurts. I know it hurts them. It hurts them to see this perfect image. This is not how they envisioned this thing was going to go. Harry and Meghan was going to leave the royal family and right away, fail spectacularly for the whole world to see, to be shamed from the flops and the failure. That was the plan. For Harry to come back with his tail between his legs and beg his father and his brother to put their feet on his neck. But it didn't turn out that way. Harry is in sunny California on his beautiful driveway of his beautiful mansion with his 2 beautiful children, his beautiful wife, and his beautiful dogs. And they cannot stand it, saying it's just too perfect. Well, all I can say to that is it might be too perfect, but it is real. And all I know is y'all eat it. Y'all have to eat it up because Harry and Meghan is serving it up on this particular Christmas card. They are. This guy goes on to say, it is an image for the Instagram world we now live in. It is not AI, but I've no doubt it has been retouched like many other people retouch their own Christmas cards before they send it out. And then it goes on to say the reaction to the card has been largely very positive. Reacting to the image, royal fans said they couldn't believe how old Archie 5 and Lilibet 3 had become, with Harry and Meghan's children rarely being spotted in the public. One comment said, the kids are so big. Another person added, look at the kids. They have grown so much. The third ex user noted that children's bright red hair like their father, the Duke of Sussex. Several people were delighted to see a glimpse of the kiddos on the new card, which one person added, so cute to see a picture of the children, and they are really redheads. And overall, this was a positive story. They came for all the trolls, the toadies, and all of the old ugly hags who pretty much wanted to try to equate this particular picture and try to make it into what the Frankenstein picture was. And they actually called out the Frankenstein picture in this particular article. The Daily Fail is not changing its spots because we all know leopards do not change their spots. But this is something totally surprising. Like another squatty had said, this was not on my bingo card that they would call out all the crazies when it comes to Harry and Meghan. I thought that was their bread and butter. But it looks like they understand that they're circling the drain. And they absolutely ran off their goose that laid the golden eggs. I feel a little regret there. But are they going to change? Absolutely not. Because after this one, I saw some more nonsense articles that had been written about Harry and Meghan. So they're not going to change their spots. But at least they did call this out, and they called it out in the form right to these people's face and called them crazy and pretty much told them to stop it. And my point is this: if you're going to call them out for crazy, you need to stop quoting Angela Levine, because she is the one who starts a lot of this nonsense, this craziness. And it's funny to me. Now, they'll call all these people saying that the king's grandchildren are not real, but yet and still they'll call that out. But Angela Levin can sit around on panel after panel and they'll even quote any kind of lie she put out there that she decides to pull out of her butt. It'll be in the Daily Fail, it'll be in the Daily Mirror, it'll be in the Daily Express. And it will be under the skies of a royal expert says. And the royal expert is Angela Levin. And we all know she pulls lie after lie after lie out of her butt. But like I said, when you talking about the Daily Mail, I'll take this. I'll take it. I'll take it today. But tomorrow I'll be right back on their neck calling them out for the rag that they are. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. It's just a few things I want to put up to talk about. They're not necessarily related to each other, but I found this tweet from Omid and I found it to be absolutely right on point. And Omid says this, I'm going to put it up. And Omid said, requirement to become a royal commentator expert in 2024-25. Zero journalism experience. I don't have any, but I call myself a royal expert. I'm just saying. It says be totally unhinged. That's all of them. That's all those toadies, those royalists, those monarchists. I'm telling you, you have to be unhinged to believe that somebody is somehow born to be better than you, that's innately and better than you, that you're supposed to bow to, you're supposed to give some kind of homage and respect to, just because they slipped out of a certain birth canal. No other qualification. You probably are smarter than them, more capable than them in every way, form, and fashion, but you have to bow to them and show deference to them because of the birth canal that they slipped out of. How crazy and unhinged that is. And those people defend that with their every breath that they take on these panels. They do. Like Angela Levin and all this nonsense. And it, as an American, it looks so crazy to me. Not saying that we ain't got our share of crazy, we do. And it was on full display back in November. But at the end of the day, we still have a whole nother half that's saying this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And I believe that the majority of the British people find it to be really, really crazy to have these people riding around in gold coaches with all these jewels on their head and all of this wealth, and they're getting it from the taxpayer while people are hungry and living in substandard homes or sleeping rough on the street. I'm telling you, it's crazy to me. Looking at it from face value, it looks really, really psychotic and unhinged. So I agree with Omed on that one. And it says an unhealthy interest in kids you don't know. What a lie. I mean, Harry and Meghan gave them a little snippet into their lives, and they absolutely and completely melted down. Articles were just flying right, left, and in between about anything and everything on that card. I am presently waiting for an article to come out on why they chose the green background on the card. That is a story that hadn't been written, but they will write it. They absolutely will. And then it goes on to say hardcore royalists. That, I mean, to me, that is the definition of being unhinged, is to be a royalist. To, like I said, to believe that you are somehow less than because you didn't come out of a certain birth canal and you're supposed to bow and show deference to the ones that did. William is dumb as a rock and as mediocre as they come. And you will have scientists, I mean, scientists who have done great things over there in Great Britain, and they'll be bound to William. Kate had her early childhood panel, and on this panel was people that knew so much about early childhood. And some of the people was, I mean, just the most knowledgeable people that are in that field. And she was sitting at the head of the table and absolutely did not know nothing. All she showed up with a binder with nothing written on none of the pages. Do you not see how crazy that is, how unhinged that is? To be a royalist, you have to be unhinged to a certain extent. And because if you look at it through a rational lens, you can see how crazy it is. I'm just saying. And it says, happy to do GB News, SHIT YouTube show for pennies. we all know, we all know exactly who they're talking about. They're talking about Angela Levin and also talking about Dan Wooten. And they are jealous of Omed because Omed has a series that is going to come out. I think it's going to be on ABC. I think that's where it's going to be. And it's in pre production right now. And Omed is over here saying that Darren Wooten is over on YouTube gathering up pennies. Mm, I love it. I love it. And him and Angela Levin. I love it. Omid came with the shade. I mean, he absolutely came with the whole tree today. And he said limited vocabulary. And then it says on a USB mic. Anybody, Omid is saying anybody who has a microphone can be a raw commentator. Anybody. I love it. I love it. Omed is throwing the shade. I mean, he is coming with several shade trees on this one. And I love it. I do. And I'm going to put this up. And when I saw this, Hello Magazine did this one. And you know, Hello Magazine and the Daily Mirror are one and the same now because we just learned in my podcast, I think it was last week, one of the podcasts last week, that I reported that they were consolidating. The whole teams are merging. The Mirror and Hello Magazine are becoming one because they are circling the drain. But they did do this, and I really, really love it. It says, "Really, Hello Magazine, stop it." And they posted this. Look, with Diana with her arms stretched out and put a under the bottom Harry and Meghan's Christmas card. Yeah, so that was a good thing, and it was not all negativity from the flying monkeys today. It really wasn't. It's a little, I kind of give them a side eye. I'm just saying, y'all tell me in the comments what y'all think because Hello Magazine come up with this. We had saw a whole lot of negativity. It's been a lot of negativities from the rags, but not an avalanche like they usually come. Probably because the kids was involved. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. The reason why. because we had that story with the Daily Fail, the Mail Online, just absolutely betting down the nonsense from the trolls, saying that this was an AI or a doctored photograph, and saying that they were crazy for thinking that the king's grandchildren was fake. I mean, just betted all that nonsense down. What y'all think about that? All I can say is I'm gonna give them the side eye on this one, because even though it was nice to see, we all know that leopards do not change their spots. They're gonna be right back on the nonsense. I'm just saying. But y'all tell me what y'all think. And I'm gonna put this one up, and it says the Rangers having a huge breakdown on every article that points out Lily Diana having red hair like the Spencers and being very tall. Ha 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 ha. They are on every article denying it. Ha 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 ha. Here is another Spencer red hair. And this is Princess Diana's sister. And there's the red hair. It is a long line of Spencers with red hair. They cannot take the fact that Lily and Archie are Spencers. And it is undeniable. And I just love that for the trolls, for the derangers, because it is a stark reminder that they're crazy. And they resort to the fact that those are rented children. And I must say, I have to go back to what the Daily Fail said. I mean, the Daily Fail just aired them out and said, y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy for thinking that these children, the king's grandchildren, do not exist. I just love that. I do. And yeah, I want to put this one up, and I just absolutely love this one because it is so true. And it says, moving away from miserable Al and the toxic family is the best thing Harry and Meghan ever did. And look what Harry has done. Harry was living in a shack. And I always say that poor little guy had to jump around to keep from falling in any of them holes that was in that backyard and them stones. Y'all see how the space between those stones? Poor little guy could jump in one and never be seen again. That might be the reason how he broke his two legs. Who knows? But look at Harry and Meghan's driveway now. Look at that. It's beautiful. And I just love it. It said this and that before and after. Yeah, yeah, I love it. I love it. And I'm going to put this up. Look at this, y'all. It said, I can't believe I missed the Christmas lights wrapped around the tree. I bet their house is stunning at Christmas time. They have the Christmas light. So this shows that this picture was taken very recently because they have their Christmas decorations up. I love it. I wish they had a took it, and I would just love. I'm nosy, y'all. I'm nosy. I would love to see how it looks, but I'm sure the fairy lights look so pretty. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. And it says, Joy Era. Thank you, Harry and Meghan, for sharing this, yet still protecting the privacy of Archie and Lily. I love it. I love it. I love it. And also, y'all, I'm going to put this up. I'm going to put this up. Y'all know, they better know, if they mess with Harry and Meghan, we are going to eat their face off. All right, y'all. Bye.